everyone. I am Amber.
And I'm Callie.
And we are so happy to be back. We are going to do another video. We took the weekend off. It was actually my birthday, so we didn't do any video on the weekend. But we are happy to be back, and we're going to do a video, a pretty quick one tonight for you guys. A little evening snack for everybody at our house. And we're hoping that you guys will like this recipe as well. So tonight we're going to make a chocolate cookie pizza. Does it get any better than that? I think that sounds delicious. I grew up eating, I don't know, we called it fruit pizza. So it was like a shortbread crust with a cream cheese kind of frosting on it, fresh fruit, and it had like a pineapple glaze, and it was one of my absolute favorite desserts when I was a little girl. So tonight we're doing a different version of it. This one is from All Day I Dream About Food. So if you want to check out the recipe, we will post it in the comments when we're done, and we will also link the video if you're watching on YouTube later. You'll be able to find it there, but that's where it's from, All Day I Dream About Food. And she calls this her keto cookie pizza. It's actually a chocolate cookie pizza. So we're gonna start, Callie's gonna start with making the chocolate cookie pizza crust. How's that sound, Callie?
Good.
All right, you wanna grab the almond flour first?
Yep.
Okay, so this is an almond flour based cookie. Of course, if you're allergic to nuts, you could try using a different substitute, but I haven't played with that. So we're just gonna do the recipe as it's written. And Callie, you need to measure out 1 3/4 cups of the almond flour. I'm gonna move you over so everybody can see you in action.
So this is 1 cup.
This is a 1/2 cup.
So I need 2 of these, and so that's a cup.
That's a 1/4 cup.
So then I need 3 of these and 1 of these.
Or 2 of those and 3 of those. But either of it equals the same. Good job.
Doing.
So Callie's gonna get the almond flour in the bowl.
I do not want to get the label.
And while she's doing that, I'm gonna grab the next ingredient and throw it in the bowl. And that's gonna be some cocoa powder to give it that nice, rich chocolate cookie taste. This is a really nice, dark, rich chocolate cookie pizza crust.
So that's 1 1/2 cup.
So sorry, that was 1/3 cup of the Boca Sweet, which actually equals 1/3 cup plus 2 tablespoons if you're using erythritol like we are. You need a little bit more erythritol. It's not quite as sweet as the Boca Sweet.
There.
The Boca Sweet is more 1-to-1 measure for regular sugar. Okay, you got the almond flour in there, Callie. We've also got the cocoa and we've got the sweetener.
Yep.
So we can put this aside. And then, Callie, do you want to grab the baking powder?
Baking powder?
Yep, we're gonna need some of that. You wanna come over this way though so people can see you a little bit better. There we go.
We need a teaspoon.
Callie's gonna measure in a full teaspoon of some baking powder, and I'm gonna get some mineral salt in there as well. Just a really classic, typical cookie recipe here for a nice chocolate cookie. Callie is putting in a full teaspoon of baking powder. I'm gonna put in just a 1/4 teaspoon of mineral salt. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Got that in there, Callie? Yep. Okay, you wanna close that up? And then Callie, if you want to grab that big whisk, we'll whisk all this together so that we make sure that we get it really incorporated before we add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. That'll kind of work like sifting it. If you use a big whisk in your bowl like that, you kind of can get away without having to sift your dry ingredients. Ooh. How's it looking?
Good.
I'm going to grab an egg. Now this is our first time actually making this recipe, but we just came across it and we thought it just looked so good.
Yeah, it's going to be even better with the cream cheese frosting.
Who doesn't like dessert pizza, right? Especially if it's got a cookie base. That's awesome. Whoops. Flying out of the bowl. That's looking good, Callie. So, Callie, if you want to make a little bit of a hole in the dry ingredients there. Yeah, make a hole in the center. We're gonna put the butter and the egg in there. We're gonna start with the egg because the butter's a little hot from being melted in the microwave. We're gonna start with just the egg first.
That's good?
Sure. So you wanna mix the egg in, break the yolk up. Yep, break up the yolk. And then mix the egg in.
And then make another hole.
And then we're gonna need some vanilla. And we're gonna need just a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. It's still gonna be pretty dry, Callie, because we haven't added any of the butter yet. So 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We'll leave that over there because we're gonna need that again for the frosting. And then, are you ready for the butter?
I
think you are. It looks perfect. So we need 2 tablespoons of the melted butter. So this is just like such an easy cookie recipe to make. Really simple cookie. We'll see how it looks after 2 tablespoons, Callie. If it looks too dry, we can always add a touch more butter. Give that a stir. I'm just gonna grab a cloth and wipe up this little bit of a mess we got going on.
Better.
Do you need a hand?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Thanks.
So, let's give this a little bit more of a mix.
It's crumbly.
It is crumbly, but you gotta trust me when I tell you, Callie, that I think it's gonna be just fine how it is. I'm gonna show everybody what it looks like. So it is pretty crumbly. It's definitely not holding its own yet, but watch. Have faith. Okay. So on a silicone pad, we've just got a sil pad here, or you can use just a piece of parchment, but I like the silicone pad because it's a little more grippy, holds onto the counter better, it doesn't really move around too much. You're gonna dump this out on there. It's gonna be a little bit messy at this point. So Kelly, this is why you didn't want to pack down your almond flour in the cups, because it could affect how dry this might be right now.
Okay.
Okay. So then I'm going to show you something. I've got clean hands. I'm just going to kind of scoop it together like this.
Yep, it's holding together all right.
So the warmth of my hands should sort of continue to melt that butter and get it holding together. Hopefully we have enough butter in there. The recipe calls for the 2 tablespoons and I think that should be good. Just kind of keep patting it.
Yeah.
In. It really smells chocolatey. It smells like brownies. Smells delicious. So this cookie pizza, when we saw the picture, it just looked so good because it's got this cookie base, a cream cheese frosting, mixed berries on top, and chocolate drizzle. Doesn't that sound good? We love chocolate and berries here. So anything with chocolate and berries and cream cheese, sold. Right, Callie?
Sold.
So this does feel a little bit crumbly, so I'm crossing my fingers that we got enough butter in there that it's gonna roll out okay.
It looks like a patty.
So I'm gonna give it a little pat down. I just noticed it's cracking a little bit, so hopefully it's gonna be okay. Okay, so next we're gonna take a piece of parchment and lay it on top, like that.
And roll it.
And I'm gonna first go wash my hands and then we're gonna roll it. Okay, do you wanna try rolling it a little bit? So remember, you're gonna roll this direction and that direction, and then that direction to keep your circle. Okay? But don't roll too hard because it's pretty crumbly right now at this point. And I guess I also should have mentioned, we're up in Canada. We're from Saskatchewan, right smack dab in the middle of Canada pretty much. That's where we're located. So this is holding together. It's just a little bit fussy. It wants to crumble just a touch. So just be patient with it. Right, Kelly?
Yeah.
Be patient. And you gotta be gentle when you're rolling it with the rolling pin. Don't get all crazy hog wild on this. You're basically just looking for an 11 to 12 inch circle. Okay, so we're pretty close to there. See if you can see. So about this pad across, I think, is right around 12 inches. So we're really close to that. So we're pretty much there. I'm not gonna mess with it any further. Now you have the option of doing this really beautiful little fluted edge. You can pinch it, make it look all fancy. Do whatever you want to do on the edge there, but that's what it says, what it suggests. So now this needs to go into a really low oven, 300 degrees for a full 30 minutes to cook it through. And by the magic of live, we actually did one ahead of time so that it would be cooled enough to put the frosting on. So I'm gonna switch them out. So here's our beautiful, you can see we actually were fancy on the edge of this one. Here is our finished baked off crust that we did. It's completely cooled, so it's been 30 minutes in the oven at 300, and now it's been sitting out almost 30 minutes as well. Here it is. We're just gonna move this aside now so that we can make the frosting, the cream cheese frosting. And Callie is gonna start getting some berries ready.
Yep.
So we're gonna use what we've got in the house. We're all about that. We've mentioned this on previous videos that we live kind of in the country, so we're not super close to stores. So we use what we've got. And that's where this recipe also came about tonight, was because we had all the ingredients in the house. I like this recipe because it doesn't have a ton of special ingredients. As a matter of fact, I don't think there's any special ingredients. There's really all that you need is just to have a sweetener of choice. So you can mix that up, switch it out for whatever you've got. Perfect recipe for when you live far from a grocery store or you don't want to head out. Got a knife you're happy with?
Yep.
You're gonna grab a cutting board. So Callie selected some strawberries and blackberries tonight because that's what we have. And she's gonna get those all ready for the cake or the pizza cookie. And I'm gonna start on the cream cheese frosting. So I've just got 4 ounces or half a block here of plain cream cheese. And this has just been sitting at room temperature for about an hour or so. It's still a little bit on the cold side, but it should be all right. Now you could do this in your stand mixer if you have one. I'm gonna use just the hand mixer. I'm gonna just give this a little bit of, I'm gonna work it a little bit. This is just the plain cream cheese before I add the sweetener in. And yes, I know I'm using this gigantic bowl for this itty bitty little bit of cream cheese, but the reason why I'm doing that is because I knew it was gonna splash like that. So when you're using one of these, use a gigantic bowl. So to this cream cheese, which I just sort of softened up a little bit there, we're gonna add some more sweetener. Again, you can do whatever sweetener you've got. The recipe's written for Boca Sweet, once again here, but as I mentioned, Boca Sweet is not a THM approved sweetener quite yet. So you could use Swerve. You definitely wanna use a powdered sweetener when it comes to the filling.
Very nice. Sounds good.
So I'm just gonna use powdered erythritol. So I just took my regular erythritol, I threw it into my Vitamix and I just blended it and made my own powdered sweetener here. So use whatever you've got. Again, try to keep it as budget friendly. Don't run out to the store and grab some special sweetener for this. You don't need to. So it calls for 1/4 cup of Boca Sweet, but with your erythritol, you need a tad more to get the same level of sweetness. So we're gonna use 1/3 cup, which is pretty much gonna be this whole container that I had ready. That was pretty good guessing. Okay, so we've got the sweetener in there, and then we also want to add a couple tablespoons of heavy cream to this, but I think I'm going to get the sweetener just going a little. We got sweetener, we got cream cheese. We're going to add some heavy cream, just 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. How your berries going there, Callie?
Good.
Looking good. I love berries. Okay, so this recipe is definitely an S because you've got the cream cheese and you've got the cream. Okay, so to this we're also going to add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And that's basically it for the frosting.
I want to eat a slice of berry.
Well, go ahead.
Yay.
Make sure they're sweet for us, Callie. Okay, I'm going to just give this another little whirl till it's a nice smooth consistency. That looks perfectly smooth.
The berries are really delicious.
Are they good? Callie is always our taste tester. So there we go. It's perfectly smooth, if you can see that. We've got the frosting all set to go, and it is just perfect consistency. Okay, so we've got our berries, almost. Callie's still working on those. We've got the yummy cream cheese frosting. So while you do that, Callie, I'm gonna get the chocolate drizzle going. How's that sound?
Good.
And then Callie's gonna be in charge of decorating tonight. The recipe shows to take some, it says 1 ounce sugar-free chocolate chips of choice, and you're gonna just add in 1/4 cup of whipping cream. But we got thinking, right, Callie? We got thinking, we have some white Lily's chocolate chips in our pantry from when I made the white chocolate macadamia nut cookies the other day. I posted that. We've got Lily's white. We've got some dark. So we're gonna do 2 kinds of drizzle. Right, Callie?
Yeah.
Is that what we decided?
Yeah.
We love chocolate. Okay, Callie, we need 1 ounce of chocolate. Do you wanna measure it? So we got 2 separate bowls. Just wait till it kind of zeroes out. There we go. So measure it till you get a 1.0. Oh, you're almost there. It's really not a lot of chocolate. So that's why we figured 2 chocolate drizzles would not be a bad thing.
There we go.
Perfect. So it's like that much chocolate. That's maybe 1/8 cup. I hope that's going to be enough. Okay, Callie. Zero that out again. This bowl must be slightly different than the other one. Are you going to measure? Oh, yeah, sorry. Pass that to you. Get that out of there. So 1 ounce of each is what we're going to do. So we're doubling the chocolate drizzle. It's supposed to be just 1 ounce total. We're going to do 1 ounce of each.
Oops.
Whoops. You're close. I think you might have to eat one or two, and then you'll be perfectly at 1 ounce. Excellent. Okay. So now what I actually wanted to do was get our cream warmed up. 1/4 cup of heavy. Half of my cream ended up boiling all over the place into my microwave, so we're going to top that up. And we're going to try that again and see if I can boil it all over the place twice. Allie, are you ready to mix this, or are you still eating chocolate? You want to grab a couple teaspoons? One for that one and one for that one. Nope, they're over there. You want to mix the white one first? Hopefully I've got that cream hot enough. And then I'll get some cream heated up.
These are starting to melt down already.
Perfect. That's what we want to see. It's going to make like a nice ganache. Okay, I think that's hot enough. Okay, Callie, how's that one looking? I'm going to switch you. Just leave that spoon in there. Switch you up. Ready for the next one?
Yep.
All right. White chocolate. Just eat this bowl full of white chocolate and cream. Delicious.
Hey, it's chocolate cream.
Okay, so this is just a nice thin. This is actually still not all the way melted. Hopefully it's going to.
So we're in the same time zone, but we sprang forward.
Oh, yes. We didn't have to. This might need to be heated up just a touch more. It's not all the way. That one too? Maybe I didn't have my cream quite hot enough, but it's almost there. It's close. I'm just going to give it a little bit more time.
Look at that.
That looks delicious, Callie. You don't like chocolate at all, do you?
I love chocolate.
Chocolate and cream especially, hey?
Yeah. Lucky.
Oh, don't spill it, sweetie. Okay, so this one's definitely runny.
This one's a bit more thick.
These are likely going to have to cool just a touch, but that's all right. That's going to be perfect because we have to assemble. Are you almost ready to assemble? This one's definitely thicker, Callie. Thinking the white chocolate's just thinner because it's the white chocolate. Maybe we should add a few more white chocolate chips to that one. What do you think? So that it's the same thickness as this. We're improvising because we changed the recipe. That's what we get for changing the recipe, right, Callie? This one's just like, it's still runny, but it's definitely got a little bit more thickness. Whereas this one is just like really like almond milk runny.
Huh?
So let's add a few more. Don't go crazy.
No. I added a few more.
Oh, maybe even a few more.
Yeah, who doesn't like chocolate?
Okay, this one I think is good. We're just gonna let that one cool. Okay, so it's still runny, but
Thicker.
it is a bit thicker. I am tempted, Kelly. I think we're gonna tuck these in the fridge while we assemble the pizza.
Look.
So this cookie actually holds together really nicely. Show everybody like, it's a gigantic cookie. It actually held together really beautifully. So Callie is gonna do her thing. Callie, I'm gonna give you
I need a different
this.
spatula than this one.
I'm gonna give you this guy, this fancy offset spatula.
Oh, it's like I
Okay.
need to bring this
So
over.
how about I dump this onto the pizza for you? The cookie pizza.
It is our.
And you can frost it. Can I show you a trick with an offset spatula?
Yeah.
Okay, let me show you a trick. So we had it all in the middle. So this guy, instead of like kind of going back and forth like this, try not to get any on the top. We'll scrape that off. Okay, I'm gonna show you something, Callie. Okay, so Callie, see if you just use the bottom and you just smear it with just the bottom. See how it makes it tidier? So you want to leave a border around the edge, Callie, so that it looks like a pizza still.
Yeah.
We don't want it to look like a big frosted cookie. We want it to look like a pizza.
I know, especially lilies.
Yeah, lilies are tricky. Yeah, and they're so expensive. They're so we don't usually buy lilies. A lot of the time I buy the Crust chips because I actually like the Crust chips. And they are $3 or $4 cheaper than the lilies. The lilies here can cost us even up to $13 a bag. So it's crazy. Okay.
I'm gonna start assembling.
You want to assemble? Okay, so you're done with this part? You don't need to taste this? No, she doesn't need to taste it. Okay. Let me bring this over for you, Callie. She's got, we're gonna give everybody, can everybody see? So we got the cream cheese frosting on there, looking good. And then Callie's gonna do some blackberry decorating here.
I need some slices of strawberry. This may take a
You
while.
got a leaf on there. Might take a while for you to do, oh, she's gonna be very fancy. This is gonna be like, what, 5-star French restaurant or something.
Maybe.
Maybe. She's gonna get a job on the Food Network.
Gonna get that job.
Callie's getting super fancy here. It's looking really good. Really good. So of course this has got the whole red, white, and blue. We're Canadian, but we understand this would be perfect for 4th of July. Or you could just stick with strawberries, raspberries, and the cream cheese frosting, and it would be perfect for Canada Day. I think this would be a fantastic dessert for like a summer barbecue. We're almost in summer barbecue season here. You can't decide?
I need to put
Very much a perfectionist. She's gonna squeeze all those berries on there, I bet. Are you?
I'm gonna try. First, I need
I
to.
think she should.
I'm gonna try.
Okay, I'm gonna check on our chocolate drizzle. See how it's firming up. I'm gonna give everybody an aerial view here, Callie, of your action shot. Okay, we're gonna give you the full look so we can see, so you can see everything Callie's got on there. Ooh, Callie, that looks delicious.
The last berry.
That's the last berry? The final berry. Now we gotta do some chocolate drizzle, Callie.
Yoo-hoo! I gotta
You're
do
doing
it,
a
though.
beautiful job, she
Except
says.
I get to
Tammy
drizzle it
said
on.
that. You're gonna drizzle it on?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is still pretty runny. How about you drizzle one and I'll drizzle one? Or you wanna do both?
I want to do both.
Okay, Callie's taking the lead on this one. So this one's really runny, so you might want to do the white chocolate second and do your darker chocolate
I'll take the
first.
spoon.
You might not need all that drizzle, that's a lot. Okay, ooh, that looks so good. Yummy. This is making me drool. It does look so good. I would agree. Is this your favorite kind of dessert to do, Callie, is where you get to decorate? It's almost looking like enough, eh?
Just a bit more.
A bit more. What about maybe on this side? No? Looks delicious. Here comes the aerial view. Callie in action. They can't see your bowls on top. There's Callie doing her thing. And Callie, that looks beautiful. Yummy.
There.
I'll put that down here. There we go.
Looks like you'll find it at a pastry shop.
I agree. She's doing a great job. So now this probably, if you tucked it into the fridge for half an hour to an hour, it would probably firm up really, really nicely. We are simply not going to do that. Right, Callie?
No.
Because I think Callie was expecting to have some of this tonight. Oh, we're doing more chocolate?
Yeah.
She's not done yet. We're going for more chocolate. Chocolate on chocolate on chocolate. This is going to be a very messy cookie pizza to eat. What do you figure? Are we going to chill this for a while, or what are we going to do?
We're gonna...
What are we doing? We're doing a double fist in here. 2 hands. Okay, the final drizzle. What do you think, Callie?
Ta-da!
Ta-da! I like the ta-da. Shall we try it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to find the serrated knife. I think that's going to work the best for cutting it. I can hear your little brother. He must have known that this dessert was ready.
Yeah.
Where is the knife? Let me cut you a piece.
Yep, I'll grab it.
Okay.
Please.
All right. We're going to use a serrated knife. I'm hoping that's going to cut all the way through. I hope. The cookie has definitely got a crispiness to it. We're going to cut a nice hunk here, Callie. We're using big plates? Oh my goodness, we're not going to need that big a plate.
Whatever.
Whatever. Okay, Callie, here comes your slice.
Do that right now.
You're going to turn the oven off?
Yep.
Okay,
That's
set
it,
that
that's-
over there. We're going to cut one more piece. One more piece. I'm going to have a smaller piece because I'm still full from supper. Okay, show everybody a view. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that delicious looking? Picking this up, this is like true pizza. We're going to pick it up with our fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to give it a taste.
Yum.
What do you think, Callie?
Amazing.
It's amazing. It really is delicious. It's very rich. And the cookie is surprisingly moist. Even though it was a little bit crispy when I cut through it, it's very like firm brownie texture on the inside, and that's exactly what it has a taste of. It's like a really nice, almost reminiscent of an Oreo flavor. Really deep dark chocolate, and the cream on there, it's very reminiscent of an Oreo. Delicious.
I never had blackberries with chocolate before.
You've never, and what do you think?
It tastes good.
I love berries and chocolate. So we will post this video along with all the rest of our videos, an edited version, a little shorter version on our YouTube channel, which is called Donut and Okra. And you can also catch the recipe there. It will be at the end of the YouTube video, and we'll post it in the comments here when we're all done as well. I want to thank you guys for joining us. Thanks, Callie, for being the expert decorator tonight and all of your good work. And thanks for wanting to make this dessert.
Yeah.
I'm sure going to enjoy it. So go out and make this one. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you again either on the weekend or back again on Wednesday. Have a great night.
Bye.